So after it's got to be a real crazy weekend of Serie A football, looking over the results. Joining us again for the weekly Calcio, we've got Marco at SORARE SERIE. Marco, thanks a lot for joining us, my man. How you doing? How was your weekend?
The weekend not very well because I didn't win anything, but I'm fine.
Magic. Well, me and you were just talking about the results from the weekend having rolled in. Big results came in, especially over Sunday with Inter, Lazio, in on the Saturday, AC Milan all in the
Yeah,
title race, all dropping points. Napoli still have to play tonight, but it was one of those game weeks where nothing went to plan really for anyone.
we had a very crazy game week. Everyone dropped the point, as you said. Yeah, Milan should have won in Salerno, and also Inter at home with Sassuolo. But everything can happen because Serie A is not easy, and we know
Yeah, and
today.
the thing about Serie A, and I think we were talking about this on the first episode, or might have been when we were just like chatting away or whatever. But the thing with Serie A is every team really does give it its all, in every
Yeah,
match. You really
yeah.
do feel that from every team, no matter what the talent level is or whatever. The game week started off with the Turin Derby, which was definitely one of the headline fixtures of the game week, and I'm having a look at the actual defence. This actually escaped me on the night, but Pellegrini at left back, Alexandro, Delict, and Quadrado making up the rest of the back four.
Yeah,
Is
Chiellini and Bonucci were injured, and probably they will miss also tomorrow game. So they have to adopt someone in the center. Probably Danilo was suspended. They were
Yeah.
missing defenders.
Well, with obviously Zachariah just coming in at the end of the window with a big
Yeah,
splash, obviously Vlahovic coming in on big money and big reputation and whatever. These guys will need time to get bedded in or whatever. But a home derby drawn with Torino. I mean, you look at the statistics of the game as well. Like it was quite an even contest. There was no, control of possession, particularly for one team or the other.
yeah. Torino is able to defend very well. So it wasn't easy for Juventus to attack. Also because Allegri play style is not very offensive.
Yeah.
So I think a draw is good. It's not good for Juventus, but is honest for both.
Doesn't really do anything for Torino, as you say, but yeah, Juventus definitely are dropping points on that one. We rolled in over the weekend, and for me, I think anyway, all the headlines came out of the Roma Verona match. Verona go 2-0 up in quick
Yeah,
style, put the pressure on big time. Mourinho gets sent off, and that's been all over Twitter really. I think all weekend.
yeah,
But Roma, to their credit, they fought back in perfect Verona fashion. They threw it away,
yeah.
and ended up with a 2-2 draw.
But I saw only the end, and I saw the Roma goal, the last one, Eduardo Bove goal.
Oh,
But
Bove.
I don't like too much Roma play style, and I don't like too much Mourinho because I don't like them. I think Mourinho is not over, but also near to be over.
Well, I'm a huge Mourinho fan myself, to be honest with you, and like I watched the game for the most part, and
Mhm.
what I found really interesting was both the goal scorers are like young academy kids, Bove, and then I
Yeah,
forget the other guy's name, but
Boba.
they're both teenagers, and if memory serves me well, they were both set pieces as well. So a typical kind of Mourinho fashion, I suppose, in terms of grinding it out and getting back into it, but. They're definitely not going to wow you, Roma, but you know that at this kind of point of their development over the season, it feels like at least there's a good kind of bit of camaraderie kind of building for the team with those kind of like academy guys coming in, and then some of the
Yeah,
signings like Abraham's bedding in pretty well. Pellegrini's been playing Oliveira,
yeah.
Cristante.
They missed someone because yeah, Mancini was banned, and
Yep,
also they missed Mkhitaryan.
yep,
But Roma, I don't like them because they are not too much consistent. They have no
yep,
personality. So
big time.
probably this will miss in the end of the season.
Well, that's one of the things I like about the job Mourinho's had to do at Roma, because like that Roma team for the last like 5 or 6 years had lots of personality in it. Dzeko, Kolarov,
Yeah,
Nangalan, De Rossi, lots of big people, big
yeah,
players, a real dressing room, Champions League semi-finals.
yes,
Like they've just had a really good little period there, and it kind of against the odds. it's not as if the team was loaded with superstars as such, but they were all like,
During those years, they have also Salah.
yeah, Salah was there for a little while as well, of course. Very, very well remembered.
And
Um,
also Rudiger, Alisson in goalkeeper.
yep.
So not a really bad team.
No, no, definitely not a bad team. You can say that again,
Yeah,
but so all those guys are gone.
yeah,
So Roma,
yeah. They have to rebuild, but the last year with Fonseca, they were. I liked them more because
I,
they played more offensive games, and now I really don't like Mourinho.
well, I quite liked Fonseca when he was there as well because they were a bit more interesting to watch. You could get a good bit more of attacking play out of them
Yeah,
and whatever.
yeah,
But I'm quite hopeful. Obviously this draw they had with Verona doesn't do their chances any good, and if anything, it helps. It's a big point for Verona, even though it will feel like 2 points dropped for
yeah.
them. That's a game that away at Rome is always tough, and to get a
Yes,
point
yes.
in the cold light of day, I think they'll be happy. So with AC Milan playing bottom of the table, this was the one that looked to be the most foregone. AC Milan are going to win. They're going to destroy Salernitana, and
Yeah.
it's going to be super easy.
You told 10-0. 10
I
nil.
thought 10-0. But I did stick to my guns. I captained Tio Hernandez, and he scored pretty well this game week, so that
Yeah.
just about paid off for me, that confidence. But AC
Yes,
Milan,
probably those mistakes by Magnan
yep,
let them draw, but sometimes can happen. Probably an undervalued enemy could that could be allow the team to go a little bit more calm to play, and so they underestimated the Salernitana for sure.
yeah.
Also, Salernitana changed the manager. Probably that was a push for them.
I didn't know that. Because with Salernitana last time, we were obviously just talking about the main kind of situation that they've been in and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff over the last little while. But yeah, it'll be a huge 2 points. But it was a huge shock result. And as you say, Mannion, for as much as we were praising him last week for getting his assist and clean sheet and everything,
Mhm.
he will feel partly responsible, rightly or wrongly, for the points getting dropped on the night. Unfortunately,
Yeah. But sometimes can happen, however.
yeah,
Yeah. You cannot play 38 weeks perfectly. So
yeah,
he saved a lot of balls in the past games, also in the derby. So sometimes can happen. Yeah.
yeah.
Also for better players.
One thing I've noticed with AC Milan over the last maybe month or so of watching them is, and again, I found this for the Salernitana match, but whenever Benacer, like I'm looking at this now, Benacer, Diaz, and Giroud, all 3 times I've seen these guys play for AC Milan, and Giroud's a little bit different, right? So you can forgive him. They're they're quite they're quite slow to move. When they're on the ball, they're quite slow
Mhm.
to actually, if maybe like AC Milan are getting the ball out of the back and they're trying to move through midfield and play it into like Leao or Junior. It can take maybe a couple of seconds too long with the extra touches they're requiring to take and the passes that they're not seeing right away. And generally speaking, AC Milan, when they've done well, has been hitting quickly, making big decisions with pace. Tio Hernandez has been a big star of the season, of
Yeah.
course, as has Leao and Junior, guys that are on the front foot. And as we've seen after they made the changes, Diaz came off, Rebic on. Rebic is a much more,
Yeah,
dominant
probably they also
presence.
missed Kessie for sure.
And Kessie came on a bit late in the match as well,
Yeah,
and I think that comes into part of them underestimating Salernitana because when
yeah.
Kessie's on again, it's all action, box to box.
Probably also Giroud is playing a lot of games because he's the only striker
Yeah,
in the team actually. So yeah, probably also a form issue. But some false bad step can happen. Yeah. Uh, It's not easy. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, AC Milan draw also with Benevento. That
uh
it
huh,
was the first game that they draw after 18 games. So probably sometimes can happen. And
yeah.
Milan could be underestimated those games.
It's one of these things when you do drop those points, it can make the difference between winning the scudetto and not, because it will come down to the finest of margins at the end of the season. A lot of SORARE managers love to stack Inter Milan. It's one of the teams that I think partly because of the bundles, of course. So a lot of people will be feeling the pain of the Sassuolo result.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just catching up on that myself, and one thing I noticed was that DeMarco started again in at left centre back.
Yeah,
He only scored about 40 points, but I'm just looking at the breakdown of his stats. He got 18.5 for attacking stats, for penalty area entries, and attempted assists,
yes.
which is lovely to see. But again,
This is huge.
like we said in the first occasion, he's not going to play that often, and obviously losing
Yeah.
2-0, he's got no clean sheet.
Bastoni will come back in the next game week.
Yeah, but
So,
minus 24 points on possession lost is what's hurt him, with the goals conceded and the no clean sheet bonus.
yeah.
But again, like, the boy's got some talent. He could be a wee player for somebody. It's not Inter. And
Yeah, probably the next year could be better for him. He could find more minutes.
yeah,
Now, in this defense, it's hard to play because De Vrij and Skriniar are good, Bastoni too.
yep.
So he's a good, let's say, first substitute. But yeah, probably next year he will have more space.
Yeah, and again, just looking across the scores, like there was no real, no real green shoots here for Inter Milan at all whatsoever. Really,
Yeah,
maybe Barella with a 56 might have got you something, but Scamacca was the talk of the town with a 68 for sure. Berardi, which we don't have cards for,
yeah,
76, and then Traore with a 79. Big shock to the system for Inter
yeah.
Milan for
Only
sure.
cards on Sorare are for Scamacca and Lopez. So yes, Scamacca is good, and probably he will go to Inter next year. But
Yeah.
Berardi could be good to be on Sorare. If you look at Berardi stats, he's incredible.
But Berardi's been putting up those numbers for like 3 seasons or something at this point, maybe 4 seasons. He's been around for a while.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
good. It's so
yeah.
odd how he's never moved or yet to move.
He has great averages.
Yeah, very good player.
70 in the last 15.
Nice. Wow. And again, you were telling me right before coming on that Lazio and Ciro Immobile let you down. And again, Lazio
Yeah.
drawing away to Udinese will be disappointed to be dropping points there.
Yeah, they missed Immobile, Luis Alberto. Pedro got injured after some minutes, and also they are missing Acerbi since 1 month, and he could be back on Thursday probably.
Cool.
And also no, uh, nothing more. But three starters plus one got injured, so not easy for Lazio. Also because these starters are the fundamental starters.
With a bit of Champions League and Europa League action midweek, we've got again some Serie A clubs in action. In Champions League, we've got Juventus away to Villarreal. We
Yeah,
have Napoli at home to Barcelona, Lazio at home to Porto. All that's in the Europa League.
yes.
And I think that might be it for the Italians in Europe this game week. Yes, it is.
I think Napoli will have a hard game, also because Barcelona needs to win.
Yeah.
Lazio Porto could be not so difficult for Lazio if they play as they know, but of course Porto is a hard team. But I think Lazio could pass this round, and
Yeah.
for Juve will be hard. I think.
You think so? Because of the missing players in defence?
Yeah, Bonucci is back in the group, training the group today, but probably he won't play. So I think that center backs will be De Ligt and Danilo.
Okay.
And I don't know, probably Rabiot got injured today. Yeah, he
Wow.
take a bad hit, so probably won't be part of the game.
So probably
Yeah,
McKennie then. And with Zakaria,
Yeah, probably yeah,
Locatelli.
Zaccaria, Locatelli, and yeah, probably McKinney. It will be hard for Juve, I think. Villarreal is not bad. I like Villarreal.
Yeah, well, I've watched Villarreal, I think, once about a week or two ago this season. And I caught the highlights of the Real Madrid game, that's what it was. And they basically just put the whole team behind the ball for the most part and tried to counter
Yeah.
attack. And they will do that to Juventus as well. They'll just sit
Also,
back
also
and wait.
Juventus will do it. So,
So it's like a little
they,
trap.
yeah, but yeah, they miss Gerard Moreno, I think,
Yeah, he's a big
but
player for them.
it won't be an easy game for Juventus, I think. Unai Emery knows how to play football.
Definitely knows how to win knockout games, that's for sure. And if the kind of comforting thing I think for Juventus at this stage is that, oh, maybe not. In fact, it's probably more of a comfort for Villarreal is that away goals don't count anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
So if Juventus do score one, it doesn't really, it's not as dangerous of a situation for the tie as it used to
yes,
be.
for sure, I agree.
With Napoli, what was the score the first time? It was 2 each, wasn't it?
1-1,
Maybe it was
Zielinski and I don't remember Ferran
Ferran
Torres
Torres.
with a penalty.
Aye,
But
I had him.
they played a great game, I think, because Koulibaly was incredible.
Yep.
Also, Spalletti, congrats with him because he played a huge game. And Fabian came out of the pitch because he had a bad hit on the head, but he's okay, so he will be off the game. Also, Insigne got injured. I don't know if he'll be part of the game
So do you
without
think that opens it
Insigne.
up then for Mertens then? Would that be? Or
Yeah, probably Mertens, Zielinski, and
Yilmaz?
yeah, because Politano was injured. I don't know if he is back, and they don't have too much changes.
Yeah. Barcelona got a big win themselves at the weekend. They'll be coming
Yeah,
into the game full of confidence.
yeah, for
4-1
sure.
winners over Valencia. So yeah, that'll
Barcelona,
be
he's getting better.
a very entertaining game. I'm sure that'll be a good one. And say the Napoli team sounds still pretty strong defensively. It might be one of those situations where you're trying to squeeze Barcelona out 90 minutes, try and get a draw, try and take it to extra time and that kind of thing. Who knows? Or they might just all go for it and maybe 3-2 to somebody.
Yeah,
It's hard to judge because this no away goals definitely changes
yeah.
the
The style of going away. I think the stadium will have a good part for Napoli
yeah.
because Napoli Stadium is very uh, hot. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely famous for the atmosphere. No two
yeah,
ways about
yeah,
it. Lazio might be using a similar thing, relying on the home
yeah,
crowd.
yeah. Probably yes.
But
But
2-1 down to Porto, they've got a bit more of a job on their hands.
Lazio could easily pass the round. Yeah, not easy, but
Yeah. So I was going to say, I don't know about easy, but yeah, it's definitely still up there because, like we said when we did this last week, Porto are definitely not a pushover, especially in Portugal. So they'll be happy being up in the tie coming into the second leg. But if you're going to try and defend against Lazio for 90 minutes, they're definitely going to score goals.
yes, for sure, someone will score. Yeah,
No two ways about it.
they have a lot of good players.
Yeah, sorted. And then that will take us on into the next weekend. So with all the big kind of table toppers, and obviously we're still waiting to see the Napoli Monday night result, but AC Inter Juve particularly dropping points last weekend. The fixture list looks kind to them all again. So AC Milan at home to Udinese,
Yeah,
Inter away to Genoa, and Juve away to Empoli. Again, three very nice fixtures that they should
yeah.
be all be picking up points in.
I think Milan will be back winning, and also I think Inter will have two easy games, Salernitana and Genoa, in the next 2 weeks. So probably they will make 6 points, and Milan also will have an easy game at home. I think this week they will win. Everyone will win. So because they have to raise themselves, and
For sure.
also Juventus, Empoli is not good at home, so Juventus could easily win. I think too.
Nice. And
Then
it actually looks like quite good watching, I think, on Sunday for
yeah,
Verona at home to Venezia. I'm sure that'll be exciting. And
yeah,
then Lazio Napoli Sunday night.
yes, yes,
Huge game. That should be lots of fun. Sarri going hosting Napoli,
yeah,
Spalletti.
yeah,
And depending on how these midweek fixtures go, this could be a real fireworks match.
yeah. Probably yes. I agree.
And then that'll be the Monday. It'll take us on to Atalanta and Sampdoria, which could be decent as well. Atalanta are rarely dull.
Yeah, Atalanta is losing some points. It's 5 games they don't win, but
Yep.
and Sampdoria is raising, but probably will be a good game also that.
Yeah. And I think by the time we get to the end of by the time I come back to, actually, I'm not going to see you for a little while. So I'm going to Spain next week to go watch some La Liga. So, so I think by the time we come back here next time to have a look at the table and everything, I think it's going to be mightily changed. Especially, for example, I can easily imagine Lazio progressing. Roma still have European fixtures to come,
Yeah,
with the Conference League.
yeah,
I think by the time we're looking at this again, probably like early March, the table could be very different. There could be so much going on. As you say,
yeah,
Atalanta, three draws and 2 losses in the last 5. Feels like they're
yeah.
on a downward turn.
They Milan don't have any
European,
international fixture,
so very
so
good for them.
yeah. Also,
They,
Inter they will have one more game.
they'll have one more game and then they'll be done. With Liverpool,
Yeah,
of course, as
probably,
well. Um,
unfortunately. But
but
yeah, Fiorentina don't have international fixtures, so probably. But they have Coppa Italia against
uh,
Juventus.
a very good win for Fiorentina as well. 1-0 win the weekend there at home to
Yeah,
Atalanta with Pjanic getting the goal. Was that a
yeah.
good goal?
Yes, I like the goal because
Nice,
he shoot without making steps.
nice.
Stop and shoot
I
in a
love that.
second. Yeah.
First time finishes, always good to
Don't
watch.
forget that Napoli have to play tonight, so
Yep,
they will be in the first spot if they win today.
of course, yeah. On goal difference, yeah, they'll go
Yeah.
top if I win tonight. But if Inter Milan having a game in hand, of course. But
And
otherwise, yeah,
Napoli is by far the one that allowed the lowest goal number of goals.
yeah, by far,
17. Yeah.
yeah, that's incredible.
They are not bad. They are not bad.
Not
Could
for
be
sure.
that year.
Yeah, it
Could
could
be the
be.
good year.
And it's Napoli like should have won a league by now. They've had some really good
Yeah.
teams over the last 10 years. Some really good players that have came.
Yeah.
Well, I
Napoli
remember.
is a great team, yes,
Yeah,
but by far for some years. But probably mentally, they never won the championship for a mental point of view.
yeah. So I remember really falling in love with Napoli when it was like Higuain, peak
Yeah,
Hamsik, peak Mertens.
yeah,
They had some really good players, really fun players to watch, and it was just always like so close, but never came off. And again, forgive me if I'm wrong, Marco. I think the only thing that they've really done in recent history, I think Rafa Benitez won a cup with them. Is that right? No,
there was Sarri.
was it Sarri won the cup?
No, maybe the cup. Yeah, yeah, maybe Benitez. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
but they've won a cup. They've had a few seconds. I think they've had some Champions League quarterfinals. You know,
The quarterfinals,
maybe
probably.
knockouts, but yeah,
I don't remember. I remember one semi-final in Europa League
okay.
against Dnipro. They lost against Dnipro.
Oh, the year Dnipro they got to the final against Liverpool. I want to say,
No,
or
because
no, Dnipro.
in
Who
the
they
other
play?
semi-final
Seville.
there was Fiorentina against Sevilla.
Seville. I knew it was a
Yeah.
red team. I could just remember Dnipro. Anyway, but I. So hopefully this is the year, because I'm one of these football fans. I love just to see like clubs achieving stuff. Napoli, like we were talking about earlier, have got such a good home support, very notable crowd, very
Yeah.
notable history, of course. Maradona being a very famous son of Napoli, but it could be their year. Spalletti's a cool guy as well. He's got a bit of a history to him, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Spalletti. I like Spalletti.
Yeah, he's definitely he's an interesting character, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. From a characterial, his personality is good. I think
Yeah,
for players, not with journalists, but
like he's
this
a
is
real
another
strong
thing.
character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't take any crap. Magic. So, looking forward to the Napoli game tonight. Looking forward to all the Champions League stuff. Marco, I wish you all the best for your game week coming forward. Thanks very much for joining me
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Also to you and to all of your followers.
And yours. Take care. Thanks very much.
Bye bye.